Hello, and welcome to our channel, Speaking Kurt. And here's your host, Kurt.
And we're back. We're back. Oh, wow. You know, we did this. This is part two. Part two, right? Speaking Kurt, we're Kurt. Welcome back. I'm your host, Kurt. As you heard the intro from that lovely voice. Speaking Kurt with Kurt, and I am your host, Kurt. And we have the special guest that we had last time. We have the special guest back. Always special to me. But on the channel, I'm going to post these and comment, like, share, and something else. Subscribe. I always forget one. I could do three, but I can't do four.
One, I think.
I think I said subscribe before, and I forgot the other one. I think my brain maybe works that way. It works in threes, I think.
Yeah.
I know it does for that, at least for that part of it.
Yes.
But comment, like, post, subscribe.
Mm-hmm. Like, post, subscribe, comment.
Like, post, subscribe. Oh, yeah, I got all four that time. So we're looking at this clock. I think it's getting out fast, isn't it? So welcome back. I had such a great time. I feel like I need to sit up. I had such a great time with you last time that I thought we should do this again before,
Yeah.
what's today?
Saturday.
Saturday the 12th or 11th. So you're, what, 6 days of a new age?
Yes.
You're 6 days of a new age.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy post-belated 6 days older of your last age.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, it doesn't feel any different.
It doesn't?
No.
I think maybe because you were already working up to it.
Maybe.
And when you got there, you was already there. So, you didn't have to get there. You were already there.
Mm-hmm.
But you did start anew because it's like that was your first day of, now it's only your sixth day. You don't feel 6 days newer of another age?
I feel 6 days newer into my own person, but I don't feel like 26 to 27.
Oh.
I don't really feel that change. I just know that I'm constantly working on myself. So
you revealed your age?
No,
or you just saying numbers?
Huh?
You really revealing your age, or you just saying numbers in general?
I think I just revealed my age. But I'm okay with that.
I think so too.
I'm totally fine with saying my age. I don't care.
Okay, there you go, 27. And you're my daughter.
Correct.
We established that last time.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So if you didn't catch the last one, go back and watch the last one, and she's going to tell you who she is. Courtney.
Keep everyone on track, yes.
Keep on track. Watch the first one, part two. Welcome back, Courtney Lynn.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here in the studio.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I was excited and nervous last time. This time I'm just excited. I'm not as nervous because, look, I prepared. If you watch another one of mine, I prepared before, and I'm still always kind of nervous in front of these microphones, but I think I need some water.
Okay.
I need some natural Texas spring water. Texans love their water, and I got some Texas water here, so it's going to.
And we're just chatting, having a conversation, so.
Oh, my gosh.
Whatever happens.
Happens. We had such a great conversation earlier today. Perspective. We were talking about perspective, and I've said before, I'm an old cat. Hey, by the way, the hat. You were talking about the hat, so I had to wear the hat today. Perspective. A lot of perspectives, and we were talking about how people see things. Well, that's perspective, but I made a comment.
Correct.
And what was really nice was that you kind of reeling me in and saying, hey, somebody else made a comment like that, and you was giving an example. I'm like, well, it was kind of like, mine was the perfect example, wasn't it?
Correct.
And I was saying people think a certain way. I said men think like men and women think like women. And sometimes, when a woman thinks something, it's like, But men,
Yeah.
we're logical.
Yeah, and
Yes.
yeah, like generalizing versus like taking into consideration just like the different layers of like emotions, the different layers of perspective that someone else has in any given situation. So like, and I was saying before, instead of generalizing, why don't we just like deal with this situation the way that we need to deal with it,
right?
Depending on this person. But if the same situation happens with another person, you need to deal with it completely differently.
So true.
Because of that person, because of their background, because of what they're used to, because of their perspective, their reality.
Right.
So it's not just a black and white thing. It's more of just like, regardless if this person is male or female, does this person work on themselves? Are they self-aware? Like, what kind of conversations are they having? Like, what kind of words are they being intentional with their relationships versus someone over here who is male or female and they don't do that? You're going to handle those two situations very differently.
So true. And I want to give a shout out to, on that note, right?
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Sacred Stones Studio,
Okay.
where we are recording this. An Emancipation in Houston, Texas. Sacred Stone. They open the doors. They do an amazing job. I consider the guy who's a part owner and helps run the show here. There's a lot of the production here. Help put all this equipment together. I know they did all that stuff. I consider him a good friend. I rely on his intelligence when I see him during the course of the day, and I think he's a really smart guy, and I really appreciate him. But at the same time, my perspective, I said, I like this. And he said he didn't like it. I was like, that's my perspective.
Correct.
So now you know. I said, I like this, and this is very professional to me. And they're like, I don't know how many people was like, I don't like that. You need to get more professional. But I've seen other people with podcasts, and they got their picture up there. I happen to like that picture. Even though there's somebody in the background, you can't tell who they are. But my perspective is, I like it. Okay. Your perspective may be like, because you see the hat and you see the vest, and it's like, you've seen those before. People see it every day, and I'm like, I've had that vest for like, I don't know, 20 years. How old are you?
27. I got it when I was 7 years old. So that's great.
I got a sweater. I still got a sweater that I've worn that before you were born. In the wintertime, people have seen that thing at work. I'm like, I had this way back when.
Mm-hmm. That's great. It's held
That's
up well.
great.
It means
Quality.
It's a quality sweater.
There you go.
I mean, whatever it is, it's just like, what is the goal? And that's whatever you do with what you want to do. Just what is your goal?
Yeah, what is your goal? My goal.
Then you figure things out after.
Oh, I mean, cut you off.
And I just said, and then you finish, and then you figure things out after. Just like, what's the goal here? And then you take those steps rather than like taking the steps, trying to figure it out as you go. But it's just, it'll be more clear if you just have a goal in mind.
I need to keep that in mind. Because a lot of times I'm just taking steps. I said, I made it that far. I'm going to take another step and then see what happens. Then I might keep on taking steps and I get an idea. I said, oh, so this is the direction I'm in then. Yeah. That may not be the best way to do it. It is good to have a goal. And today we do have a goal. I had a goal because I have notes. But this many minutes in, we're still kind of like.
I'm just like, maybe the notes is just to make the audience feel better.
I don't know.
that we're actually going to talk about something, or we're just here to chat.
I think we're here to chat, but I think it makes me feel better. I'm less nervous because it seems like I prepared because I have notes, right? So if it gets to the point where I'm like deer in the headlights, I can look down and say, oh, so what about, like, we was going to talk about Neanderthals, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not where I wanted to start, but I do have it as a topic.
Okay.
But, we were talking about, I want to say, like, let's get into, like, the social media. I always think, like, Gen X. You don't mind if I call you Gen X, do you?
Go for it.
Okay, welcome to the show, Gen X.
Wait, I'm X?
No, I'm Gen X. You're Gen Z.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
We think, okay, I'm Gen X. You're Gen Z, so I'm going to call you Gen Z.
Yes.
Hey, Gen Z. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I was like, wait, we just talked
we
about
just had this conversation. Yeah, so anyway, we just figured this out. So I always think that people think differently because, like you were saying, their makeup. I think generational people think generationally, people think differently. Correct. That word. And I want to talk about social media effects on young people. When I say young people, I'm talking about your age and younger and or, I don't know, I guess somebody 30 could be a young person, or you're not a young person anymore, are you? You're a young lady, or you're a lady.
I mean, relatively, I am a young person compared to someone who's 87.
How about somebody compared to my age?
Do you think I'm young?
Yes.
Okay, then I am young in your reality.
This is the way. Not young, but you're younger.
Correct.
A lot younger.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you are actually. Yeah. Wow, 30 years. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, the social media thing, and I don't think it just affects young folks. I think older people get caught up.
I agree.
In the likes, and I know we talked about that a little bit last time, and you were going on talking about how people see things.
Right.
And I just think because of this computer age, and it's like everything got to be so instant. Everything is like, it doesn't hold your attention for a very long time. And I think social media are after the minds of young folks. I think social media is trying to make you all, or people who get caught up, to where you cannot concentrate on anything. Nothing you think is going to last forever. So therefore, that perspective may be, okay, since nothing's going to last for everything, because everything is like click, 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 that I may not want to get a house. We had this conversation. I may not want to get a house because it may not be worth it. But yes, it's still, those values are still getting a piece of property, having a piece of property, having some place you can call your home, that you know that you're going to go to every day for the next 15 to 30 years. So you know you're going that direction, which now you don't have to worry about that part of life. You can start working on other things. I don't have to worry about, okay, in a year and a half, I got to get another apartment, or am I going to stay here? You really can't dig in until you get that. So I would say, yes, it's worth it, because the stability it gives you, and I need some more Texas water, and the stability that unless you have your own job, on the job, okay, this person has stability, let's look at them as far as more promotional, because they're going to be probably going to be here longer because they're going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on like what you want to do. I would say that like getting a house is, I'm not saying that getting a house isn't valuable. There is value in that. There is value in having something to call your own rather than like living in like renting a space. And I understand that value. It's just like the way that we have to go about it is very different in our time period, when it was like your time period in getting a house.
Right. It's
really different in terms of like salaries versus cost of living versus area versus socioeconomic status. Like there's just a lot of different layers that like me getting a house now may look very different than how you got your house when you did.
Right.
But I'm not saying that there isn't value in that. There is. It's going to look really different to me. If that makes sense.
How does it look different? It's just, you may have more options now. You may have more capabilities. There may be more programs in place to may get you there. And just because inflation's high or the price of gas is high doesn't stop you from making that amount of money to be at that level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like it's impossible. I'm just saying that like maybe I don't really want to go the traditional route and relying on one set of income or 2 sets of income if I'm like get married to get the house. Like maybe I want to have multiple streams. What?
You said you get married?
No. I'm just saying people that when you got your
say
house.
She was getting married?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes. So 1 income versus 2, or like, you know, it's just like different things. I'm saying that it may look different for me because at my age, you had already had your firstborn. You were already in a situation like it just looks very different now versus 2 incomes and a daughter rather than like single person trying to get a house.
Right.
I can't rely on my one job. I have to have other things going on if I want to get a house while I'm a single.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm just.
So see, what I heard was I was in a situation.
Means different situations now. So
you said you and Dad, you was in a situation. Like, can we edit that part out? I'm just kidding.
This is real.
This is real.
This is real. Real talk.
Real talk.
Just like the picture.
Oh my God! Just like the picture. That's good. I do understand that. So we were talking about the social media aspect of it all, and we jumped into that. But something I want to say, the mindsets and perspectives, and we talked about that a little bit, and that goes into that thinking also. I would say at my age still focus on getting that for the stability part of it, whatever it takes. You set your goal, set your mind, and if that's something that you want, then that's something that you want. But if you set your mind on that's not something you want, that's your perspective and your mindset, then do you still set, is there some type of goal still? Or is it, let me just take each day or each month at a time and let me wrap my mind around what's just in front of me versus looking out what's beyond me?
Correct. Yeah, and I think it's really important for people to like sit down and differentiate that stuff.
Right.
Like to set goals and to figure out what they're even working towards. I think it's really important for people to establish that sooner rather than later. But going back to the social media thing, sometimes we allow ourselves to get caught up in different distractions that may slow us down or knock us off the path of our goal if we have goals set in the first place. That's what I'm saying, like social media is a tool, and it depends on how you yourself choose to use it in your reality in conjunction with your goals and your habits. Like for me, I'm really not on social media. I use it as a purpose to like contact people from far away, but it's not like the end all be all for me. Like I'm never really on it too much.
Okay.
But that's just me and how like I'm focused on other things. Like I'd rather read, like you saw me reading. Like I'd rather read, I'd rather listen to podcasts. I'd rather focus on things that are actually growing me. And then even on my social media, I follow people like different scientists, different motivational speakers.
Yes.
It's like
you sent me something already.
Yeah, like social media can be used as a tool to elevate yourself. It doesn't have to, be something that like holds you back. It can actually elevate you, get you in touch with people of like-minded people, get you in touch with people with like that are elevated, that you aspire to be like, that are healthy in, their relationships and their family statuses. And
like me, I'm elevating.
Themselves. Like, yeah, like you're focused on elevating. So what you look at on social media or whatever you're doing in your habits, that's going to align with your goal of being elevated.
Right. I can't sit there and watch video.
Right.
It's really not that funny anymore. It's like, okay, now, once I get done flipping for 3 hours, 4 hours, and get caught up, or an hour, that could have been an hour that I could have been productive of. Okay, now, I got business I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got children. I have a house. I got this. I got that. Yeah. And I just don't want to be there. I'm already in my mind here, because I know there's still this.
Yeah, there's still more.
That's where I keep on trying to progress to. So I think social media, as you mentioned, can be used as a tool, but I think it's more of a control. than a tool, because it does take control of people when they get caught up in the social media aspect of it.
Yeah, you get caught up if you allow it.
If you allow it.
But that, you allowing it or like not allowing it, you have to also be aware of that.
But it's like a caffeine.
Correct.
It's like a caffeine. It's addictive.
Mm-hmm.
In the aspect of, these clicks and flips and 6 minutes left is like really, it's really addictive.
Yeah.
6 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going by fast. I need to get like an hour with you. Really, because you're so intelligent.
Well, thank you.
I really like talking to you, not just as father and daughter, but you shine a light on a lot of stuff, and it warms my heart so much just to hear you speak. And I imagine when you're with your crew, your friends, and that those people that you hang with, stuff that you do, how you carry yourself, how you converse. And I said, man, I wish I could be a fly on the wall, be around just to hear how you talk, and people coming to you for advice,
it's the
asking your opinion.
The way I talk here is the same way I talk up in Jersey.
Oh, so you're saying where you live now?
Oh, yeah, I thought we said that last time.
No, I just said up north.
I thought I said Jersey. I said Jersey.
I don't know.
Well, you got my age, my relation to you, and where I live.
Hey, I got 4 minutes. I got 5 minutes. Let's talk about relationships.
Okay.
Oh, wow. She said, okay. She opened the door. Okay, so, I'm in a relationship.
Correct.
I work hard at it. I really work hard at being in that relationship because it means a lot, right?
Yeah, that's good.
And I think whatever you're stumbling over and stuff like that, I think once you set your mind, you can achieve anything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give glory to God and then believe that God can anything that you ask for.
Yes.
So if that's possible, why can't I set my mind, which is one of the most powerful thing I have, to digging into something like that sign says I can hustle on my relationship because I'm working hard on it. I go to work and I hustle hard on a job to get an understanding of what they want me to learn, so I could elevate on that, so I could be self-sustaining and gain more trust. Because they're like, oh, we know he's going to do that. We know he's going to do that. And then as I build that trust, I'm building relationship trust. I'm building my trust. I'm building my knowledge, and I'm just getting stronger with moving it was something you were saying last night made me think about that. As I build in these relationships and these things that I do, I can get stronger and I can change my mind and I can achieve more.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I said. Like,
character.
Yeah, it builds that character. So I'm going to work hard on that relationship, no matter the pitfalls, but I have more as we elevate. And you come back, but I didn't come back all the way down here. I may have fell back on something. I'm only there, but guess what? I'm still up here.
Right.
So that's why I said, so relationships. So I would love to see, we never talk about relationships. And I want to know. I want to know when you're dating, who you're dating. And I'm not going to be like I used to be.
Interesting.
I'm not going to threaten anybody. It's cool. I'm not going to be like I used to be. I want to see you in a healthy relationship. Okay. This is nice because you said something about marriage, and I'd like to see your grandchildren. But I'm not trying to put you on the spot. And
but we're here live.
But we're here, and you just got saved. Oh, because I saw the time go away, and I was like, "We're out of time." You just got saved, but somebody must want to hear it because I saw 2 more minutes go.
Wow.
I'm on the board, but I was about to shut it down. And like,
that's funny.
You just got saved. Or talk about a relationship. So maybe the people out there want to hear, because I was about to say, "Hey, go ahead and play the music. We'll go ahead and roll out and be done." And you're like, man, I don't have to talk about that. But Courtney Lynn, somebody put some time on the clock. And if you can give us a minute of that, I really want to know. We inquiring minds want to know. I think somebody already knows somewhere in Georgia or something like that, but not nobody in Texas knows what's going on.
So what's the question? What is that?
Take something out of everything I said. You know me. I'm your dad. You know me. Figure it out. You know,
I mean,
what am I asking?
right now.
Are you in a relationship? Are you not in a relationship? Why aren't you not? How come I haven't met anybody in, when was the last time I threatened somebody? That was like 10, 12 years ago. When I threatened that guy in the parking lot at that fitness center. You're talking about, this is my boyfriend. I said, no, it's not. But anyway.
That was fun.
That was fun. So I won't do that anymore. I'm not gonna threaten to ride through nobody else's house with my truck. I'm not gonna do that anymore.
I'm not gonna talk about your guns.
We're talking about you.
All right. Well, I didn't say anything about that. No, I mean right now,
I'm kosher. You're older.
Yes.
I know you can handle it.
Correct.
I just want to know. I just want to be introduced. Look,
There's
we're down in a
nothing
couple
to
seconds
be
here.
introduced. There's no one to be introduced to.
Why not?
Because that's just where my life is right now.
It'd be nice, like I say, go through life with somebody, establish something, get grounded in, and build from that.
Yeah.
And hang on to that, ups and downs, pitfalls, work through it. Find somebody else to talk to. Find somebody who's doing great in a relationship, and sometimes take it to them.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree.
You agree?
I agree. I mean, it's
all you have to do is cue the man out there, and he'll start the exit music. And save you. He'll turn on the exit music, and I can say, "Thank you, everybody, for tuning in." Yeah, he'll do it. He just say, "Hey, cue him." I'm listening for the exit music.
I will say it's important to go through life with the person that you're saying.
Yes.
But it's important that you and this person are on the same page and have the same mindset. If you're focused on elevating yourself and being around better people and that person is not ever, then it's like, all right, so then it doesn't make sense, right? Then on the other side of that, if you are with it, like anything can be worked through. I agree. Anything, at the end of the day, it's just a conversation. At the end of the day, it's just a conversation, right? So that's what I will say about that. At the end of the day, it's just a conversation. It's important to be with someone who has a like mind, who's wanting to elevate themselves, but also elevate with someone who wants to elevate as well.
And at the same time, though,
at the same time,
that person may not want to elevate at the time, but if they have the possibility, if they have potential.
Correct. But if that potential is like not there,
bring them along. People change.
People do
Can
change.
people change?
People change if they want to change.
Right.
Everyone can change. Everyone.
Right.
Right.
That's like the joke of how many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the light bulb has to want to change.
Right. And I think that's a great sign off. It was a pleasure being back here.
Can we get a little extra music? I'm going to talk over top of that. We can get, I'm listening for some extra music. Anybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those who are going to watch this. I really enjoyed your time. We didn't go over all the topics, but...
Did we go over any of them?
We
were just talking. We were just having a good time.
We're having a good time. That's how I'm really loving it. I wish you were here in Houston. I wish you moved here. We can do this on a regular basis. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. This is, I almost said Kurt Tech. This is Speaking Kurt with Kurt and Courtney. And one of the CPs of the 3 CPs.
Correct.
Yes. We're establishing a 3 CP. Yep. And I want to give a shout out to the person who wasn't here today, whose voice you hear at the beginning of this. Thank you. I know wasn't able to make it today, but we look forward to you being here next time. Thank you for all your support. We're keeping it all together for us. Everybody, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I got all 4. Thank you very much, everybody. We're out of here.
Dangerous times, don't fly too high.